Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Nikhil. Today we'll be discussing about the foundation design for a building project. Okay, and we'll be designing this foundation in the SAFE software. SAFE 2016 I'm showing here. It's an evaluation version, not for the commercial use. Okay, and to design this foundation, we'll be dealing with the tall building we have already analyzed in the previous sessions. Okay, just go to the ETABS. Click on open file. Open the previously saved file in ETABS. Yes, this is the previously modeled tall building. Okay, for this tall building, we will be designing the foundations. What type of foundation we need to design? As it is a high-rise building, it's almost 23 stories. Okay, and due to this, there will be high structural loads and also there will be uneven load distributions. For this, we will be designing the raft foundation for this tall building. Okay, from this tall building design in the ETABS, we will take the input parameters to the SAFE software. Okay, what are the input parameters we'll be taking? What are the column dimensions here? Okay, what is the material of the column? What are the loads acting onto the columns? Okay, all those things will be I'm sure I will show here. Okay, for that you are opening the previously model. Okay, in the model explorer, go to tables. Okay, here analysis results and element output and frame output. Right click on the table element forces columns, show table. Okay, wait for a while, and element forces acting on the columns are shown here. All the 23 stories will be shown here. Okay, but the columns load acting will be all the 23 floors load will be acting on story 1 itself. Okay, for that choose story 1, the story option. Okay, see, in the story 1 there are columns C1, C1, C2. Okay, all those columns are there. Okay, and in the output case here in the footing design we will be dealing with only dead loads and live loads. Okay, so sort out to only dead load. First of all we'll see for the dead loads. Okay, and linear static. Okay, and for every column we have seen there is a three values. Okay, now 0, 1.5, 1.25 and 2.5 meters. Okay, there are different locations of the column, but we need loads at the bottom point, that is at 0 meters. So select sort ascending by right clicking. Okay, so we have seen for every 0 meters there are columns. Okay, now C1 to C16, again at 1.25 there again, but we need the data for at station 0 meters. We need the column data up to C1 to C16. Okay, just make it big one. See, for the column C1 the load is 1673.10. For the column C2 it is 2750.77. Okay, we will be taking this data. Okay, this is for the dead load case. Okay, and same do the same for live load. You can see the live load values here. Okay, and we'll just input all this data into one of the Excel sheets. Okay, I have already input the data here. You can see the dead load for column C1 it is 1673. I already discussed 2754. All the dead load and live load data I have entered here. Okay, now what is this? How did you get the column dimensions? Okay, we will see how I got the column dimensions. Just close this and go to model, go to structural objects, go to story 1. I already discussed we are going for story 1. Okay, columns, you can see column 1 to 16 are here. Okay, now double click on C1 and then the column, you can see the section properties C500 by 500. Okay, and it is located here, column C1. Its light is blinking here, yellow light. Okay, column C1 is 500 by 500 and column C2 is also 500 by 500 and it is blinking here. Okay, and you can see column 3, C3 is also 500 by 500, C4 is also 500 by 500, C5 is also 500 by 500, C6 is 600 by 600. Okay, like this we need to see all the 16 columns dimensions. Okay, and check notice where the column location is also. Okay, so I have inputted the dimension also here, 500 by 100, and C6 and C7 are 600 by 600. In similar way, C10 and C11 are also 600 by 600. Okay, and how to determine the materials. Okay, for that go to define section properties, frame sections, and we have got is column 500 by 500 and column 600 by 600. Okay, so click on modify property. You can see the grade of concrete is M40. Modify show rebar. You can see the grade of long tail bars is HYSC 500. Okay, in the similar way you can go for column 600 by 600. This modify show property, M40 grade of concrete as well as HYSC 500. So I have all entered all the data in the Excel sheet for the easy purposes. So column 1 is dimension 500 by 500, the dead load is 1673.1 and live load is 794.9, and the material is M40 HYSD 500 of concrete and steel respectively, rebar respectively. Okay, in this way we have find out all these things, and we have also seen where the column locations is. I'll show you. This is C1, C2, C3, C4. You have seen the lights blinking, right? Okay, now I'll show you once again. See, the column 1 light is blinking here. I'll show you column 4 where is located. See, column 4 is blinking here. So we need to make in the plan view. Okay, for better understanding, I have already make here. See the column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All the column arrangements in the plan view are shown here. Okay, and the distance between these two columns is 6 meters. We have already discussed there. Okay, 6 meters, 6 meters, 6 meters. Okay, all this is a planned view of all the columns. Okay, and we are assuming a safe bearing capacity of soil is 300 kilometer per meter square, and the allowable settlement is 1 centimeter. Okay, here for this we need to find the subgrade modulus. Okay, subgrade modulus is equal to soil bearing capacity by allowable settlement. Soil bearing capacity is 300 kilometer per meter square and allowable settlement is 1 centimeter. Upon solving we get 3 into 10 power 4 kilometer per meter cube. Subgrade modulus K is 3 into 10 power 4 kilometer per meter cube. Okay, also we will find out the design strip. That column strip width is equal to 0.25 L1 or L2, whichever is less. Okay, the L1 or L2 you can see total is 18 meters, 80 meters in both directions. L1 and L2 is also same. Okay, so strip width is equal to 0.25 into 18 meters, that is about 4.5 meters. There is no concrete provision code for this design strip. We can consider a higher value or a lower value. For here I am considering a lower value. Okay, it's our wish to take any strip value. Okay, I am assuming here 4 meters. Okay, and mat footing I have shown you here is the this is the column dimension. Okay, and beyond this there is a mat footing. Okay, I am assuming that there is a 2 meters extension of the beyond the corner columns. Okay, for the mat footing. Okay, see this is the 18 meters by 18 meters plan of all the columns. Okay, I am extending 2 meters by 2 meters in all directions so that the entire mat foundation will be covered here. So the total area is 22 meters by 22 meters. We have got the plan dimensions of the mat foundation 22 by 22. Okay, we have got strip width, we have got subgrade modulus, we have got what are the column loads, column dimensions, what are the materials of the columns. Okay, we have got all the information regarding this. Now let's design this raft foundation in SAFE software. Go to the SAFE software. This is SAFE 2016 software. It's an evaluation version. Okay, I already said, and we are creating a new file. So go to file, new model, and the design code we are discussing here is IS 456 2000. Okay, next is units. Currently it's showing US, but we need metric units. For that modify, and in the top select metric defaults and click on OK. See the units are currently metric, right? And go to design preferences, click on modify. Okay, here go to minimum cover slabs. In the code it's showing factor of safety is 1.5 concrete and steel is 1.5. It's good. Design code is IS 4562000. All good. And the minimum cover for footing is 50 mm. So enter 50 mm here at the top and bottom. And the preferred bar size, the rebar size, what you are going to do in this design of footing. I am choosing 22 mm bar size here. Okay. And click on OK. There's no end of these things. Click on OK. And now there are different initial models, but there is no matte foundation here. Okay, we'll go with grid only. In the grid we'll be drawing matte foundation. Okay, here you see it's total. First we'll be drawing the column dimensions outline. Okay, then we'll extend 2 meters for the matte foundation or matte footing. Okay, so total is 18 meters by 18 meters. So the number of grid lines here will be in the next direction will be 19, because there are 18 meters, so we'll go extend one. It will be 19 grid lines. Okay, and the spacing of each grid line is 1 centimeter, 1 meter in x direction and 1 meter in y direction, and click on OK. We can see that's defined here. Okay, now we'll define in the properties. For that, go to go to material properties. Okay, here, and we have all materials. What we are giving is M40 and HYSD 500, but here they are not defined. So that add new, click on add new material. Material name is M40 and material name type it is concrete. Okay, and all this data you need to be entered. Okay, the data for M40 concrete grade of M40 grade of concrete you can check in the internet and enter here. Okay, I already studied from the internet. Okay, the weight per unit volume is 25 km per meter cube, that is the density of concrete. Okay, modulus of elasticity is 31622.7 and Poisson's ratio is 0.2 itself, and coefficient of thermal expansion is 0.000005, and shear modulus will be the same. Okay, and for M40 grade of concrete FCK is 40 Newton per meter square. Okay, and click on OK. M40 grade is concrete. Now we have to define HYSD 500. Change the name to HYSD 500 and the material type is rebar. Okay, and the unit weight per unit volume is 77. Okay, kilogram per meter cube, and modulus of elasticity is 2 into 10 power 5. Okay, and the minimum yield stress Fi for HYSD 500 is 500 itself, and the FU minimum tensile stress is 545 Newton per meter square for HYSD 500. Click on OK. Now the materials have been defined and click on OK. Now we need to define the slab properties. For that, go to define, click on slab properties. There are no slab properties, so we need to add new property. Enter the name as slab 1 itself. Okay, or else enter it as matte foundation. Here is going, so matte footing. I'm entering as matte footing, and the slab material is generally M40 grade of concrete. Okay, and it is matte in the type, click as matte. Okay, and the thickness I am providing here is 500 mm. Okay, thickness of wrap foundation is 500 mm and thick plate, and click on OK. Now slab property has been defined. Okay, click on OK. Now we have to define the column properties. We are just taking the column data, but we are not taking the columns here right now, so we need to define the column properties also. So go to define column properties. There are no columns here, so we add new property. So got a columns is, all the two columns we are having here is C500 by 500 and C600 by 600. So just define two columns of C500 by 500. Okay, and it is material is and 40 grade of concrete itself. Okay, what are the dimensions? 500 by 500. Do not change in existing data and click on OK. C500 by 100 is okay. Add new property C600 by 600. Material is M40 grade of concrete. Is X direction 600 and Y direction 600. Okay, and click on OK. And the column is also created. Column properties are also defined. Okay, click on OK. Now when you define the subgrade properties, we already calculated the subgrade value. Subgrade modulus is 3 10 power 4. Okay, we need to define in the safe software. Okay, for that, go to define soil subgrade properties. Okay, there is soil 1. Just modify these things. Okay, soil 1 to change, and the subgrade modulus you have obtained is 3 into 10 power 4 kilonewton meter cube. Yes, here 3e plus 04. What is this 3e plus 04 means? 3 into 10 power 4 kilonewton meter cube. This is shortcut, or else you can enter 3 into 10 3 into 10 4 also directly. Okay, I'm just going for shortcut. Okay, and click on OK. A soil subgrade property is also defined. Click on OK. Now we'll define the load patterns, load cases, and load combinations. For that, go to define load patterns. Here is dead load and live load also defined. Okay, click on OK and go to define. Go to load cases, dead and live load already created, and click on OK. 1 minute. Load cases, they are linear static. Okay, and go to define and go to load combinations. There are no load combinations, we need to define. Okay, we need to add new combos. Add new combo 1 itself. Okay, and the having dead load factor of scale factor is 1.5, and also live load of 1.5. Okay, for the combination one I am selecting strength parameters. Okay, and okay, and click on OK. For combination 2, dead load, live load, and the scale factor is 1 itself. And this time it is for serviceability conditions. First is for limit state of collapsibility, and second is limit state of serviceability. Click on OK. Combination is for limit state of collapsible, and combination 2 is for limit state of serviceability. Okay, two load combinations have been defined, and click on OK. Now all the defining properties have been completed. Okay, next properties is we need to draw the elements. Okay, go to draw slab slash areas. Okay, in the property I got only one property, that is mat footing. Okay, right, we are drawing the mat footing. Okay, click on all the 4 corners which I've already done. Okay, we'll come here. Okay, anywhere you can go. And come to starting point, and the boundary is created for mat footing. Okay, click on escape to escape it. Okay, now we need to already set this is the all the columns will be lying on this. Okay, yeah, set we'll be extending by 2 meters for the mat footing. Okay, for that left click on this. Okay, can the left bottom you see one area selected and 4 edges. Okay, selection is right. Okay, and to extend it. Okay, uh, go to edit. In that, go to edit areas. Okay, and in the select expand or shrink areas, and offset is 2 meters. Okay, so 2000 mm. Click on OK. Right, it's extended. Okay, done. This is the actual area of the footing. Now we will be placing the columns. For that, go to draw. Okay, draw columns. And first we'll be drawing all the columns of C500 by 500. Okay, it is above the. Okay, so click as none. Property above is C500 by 500. Okay, below is 3 meters, 0 meters, and above it is 2 meters. Now to change the data and just place the columns where this. The snap, we'll just go for the snapping of this. Okay, here. Okay, points leading the sections. Okay, as you can see, this column 1. Okay, and where the column 2 is at a distance of 6 meters. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6, column 2 1 2 3 4 5 6, column 3 1 2 3 4 5 6, column 4. Okay, C 1 to 4 of are of one dimension. Okay, right. C5 is also 500 500. So that 1 2 3 4 5 6. Correct itself. 1 2 3 4 5 6. And C6 and C7 are those things. Okay. 1 2 3 4 5. drag this here. Right, see 500 by 500 columns have been drawn now. Now see 600 by 600. There will be introductions. This C6, C7, C10, C11. The columns have been drawn right now. Next thing is design strips. Okay. For that, go to draw, select design strips, draw design strips. Okay. And I'm selecting layer A. Layer is for X direction. Okay. And entering already calculated design strip value is we have got is 4.5, but I have said I am considering 4 meters. Okay. Just enter width as 4 meters in all directions. Okay. Now we'll just draw this. From one end to another end. Just press escape or enter to terminate. It's going wrong somewhere. Just undo it. And X direction this way. Right click and hit to terminate. From here to here, right click terminate. Here to here, right click terminate. Here to here, 80 meters terminate. And it's now for layer B in the Y direction. Okay. Is also same direction. You can draw the same like this. If it goes beyond, it's no problem in this case. Okay. Yes, you can see the pink lines. Okay. These are the design strips. Okay. Design strips have also been drawn. Now next step is assigning the properties and loads. For that, here select the object option. Okay. And again go for snap options and remove the snaps. So let me create problem. Okay. And just click inside the footing area. Okay. This is the footing area. You can see one area, four registers selected. Okay. Next, go to assign, go to support data, go to soil properties, click on soil 1 and click on OK. Okay, now footing area data load has been assigned. Okay, now click on the column center. For that, you can go for snap options. Okay, points written sections. Okay, click on OK. Column center, right? Yes. Left click on the column center. Okay, go to assign, go to load data and point loads. Okay, now we are adding the loads to the columns for all the columns. Okay, that is dead load and live load. So column 1, the dead load here is 1763.1. Just enter 1763.1, 1763, 1673.1, sorry, 1673.1 kilonewtons. And the column dimensions for C1 is 500 mm by 500 mm. Just enter here. Okay, click on OK and left click again. Just zoom in. Go to assign again. Go to load data. Go to point loads. Now live load. Assign live load to this. What is the live load for the column 1 is 794.9. 794.9. Okay. Dimensions is also same for the column 1. Okay. Click on OK. When the column loads are assigned, similarly in similar fashion, you have to assign the loads for the other columns also. Okay. I'm just forward all the data because it's the same assigning the loads to these columns. Okay. The process is same. Now all the loads have been assigned to the columns. Okay, you can see. Now we'll be assigning the rebar material into the footing and strips. Okay, select this select object option. Okay, and right click on the footing area here. Okay, go to design, and in the rebar material select it as HYSD 500. Okay, click on OK, and again click on OK. Now in similar manner, design strips also in all directions. It is HYSD 500. Okay, OK. Design it is HYSD 500. Okay, OK. The X direction is completed. Now Y direction. That is strip layer B. You can see strip layer B. Right. Now the rebar material has been changed in the footing area as well as the design strips. Now go to now next step is analysis. Okay. Now go to run. Click on run analysis. Save the file. Okay. Okay. Now the analysis will be performed, and you can check the status in the left bottom here. Okay, the displacements diagram is shown. That means the analysis is completed. Now again go to run. Click on run analysis and design. The design will perform here. Okay. Now again go to display. Click on show punching shear design. You can see some of the values are less than. You can see 0.7, 2.1, 3.5, 3.8. Generally, this design and punching shear value should be less than 1. If it is greater than 1, it is unsafe. Okay. Now what need to do for getting less than 1? We just need to change the slab properties. That is increase the slab. Okay. For that, unlock the model here. Click on OK. Now go to define. Go to slab properties. Modify slab property. I am just increasing the slab property here to some 1000 mm for time being. Okay. Click on OK. Again go to run analysis and design. Okay, go to display, show punching shear design. Yes, some of them are still greater than 1. You can see only 3 values. So again we need to unlock the model, increase the slab property. Okay, define slab properties, modify show property. I am now changing to 1100. Okay, click on OK and click on OK. Now go to run analysis and design. Go to display, show punching shear design. Only one value is greater than that. Just we need to increase the value. Unlock the model. Go to define slab properties. Modify the slab property to 1200 mm. Click on OK and OK. Go to run analysis and design. OK, go to display. Show punching shear design. Right, you can see all of the general punching shear design values are less than 1. That means this raft foundation is safe. Okay. Now go to the set display options. Okay. Select the extrude view here. Okay. And click on OK and go to 3D view. to see the actual rack foundation in 3D view. Okay, you can see the rack foundation of 1200 mm thickness, and these are all of the columns. Okay, all the values shown here are general punching shear values. Okay, now go to plan view, XY view. Again, go to this set display options, unselect the extrude view and click on OK. The design has been completed. Now the next step is interpreting the results. For that, go to display, select show strip forces, select the load combinations or load case. Okay, it's your wish. I'm here selecting load combination 1 moment. Okay, layer A. So well, apply. You can see the strip forces. By scrolling on the diagram, you can see the different values. Okay, at different sections. Okay, again go to display, go to show slab design. Okay, and in this I am selecting impose minimum reinforcement. Okay, as per the code, and click on apply and close. The minimum reinforcement, you can see at the top it is 1440 and bottom it is 45. Okay, you can see the different reinforcement different sections in this is in the layer A, and also you can go for the layer B also. Okay, here just at a time you can select both, but you might confuse. Okay, again now go to display, go to show slab forces. Okay, I'm selecting load combination 1. I'm going for maximum moment. Okay, and I click on apply. You can see the maximum moments here. Okay, and the crack width also you can see here. Go to display and show crack widths. Okay, for the I'm going for load combination. Okay, load combination 1, and I'm going for slab bottom face. The crack width should be shown at the bottom face of the slab. Click on apply, click on close. You can see the crack widths shown here. See 0.31 mm, 11 0.61 167 mm. Okay, all those things. Okay, next step is run detailing process. For that, go to run detailing. Select all these strings and click on OK. And in the you can see the model explorer detailing option is enabled. Okay, in that go to detailing. Okay, in the drawing component views, expand it, and the slab views, and you can see rebar table here. What is a 16? Okay, all those things will be there in the rebar schedule. Also in the bill of quantities BOQ, what is the bar size and what is the length and total weight. Also you can see bill of quantities here. Okay, and in the drawing sheets you can go for drawing sheets also. All those things will be available here. Okay, the rules, beam rebars. Okay, rebar shapes. All those things will be available in the here. Okay, this is all about the design of matte foundation in the safe software. I'm just closing this. This is all about it. Thank you everyone for watching.